Well, I'll be damned. That video blew up. Wow, thank you very much. You're awesome. Anyway, this is episode 2 of the Forza Horizon 5 Stereotype series, where I go over some of the cars in the game and the stereotypes that tie to each car. Some of these entries, I will include the comments from my viewers who notice these stereotypes, so shout out to all who commented on your observations on my last stereotype video. Once again, I will go over the disclaimers since a few of y'all took it a little bit too personally. Not surprised, really. Anyways, stereotypes don't mean everyone, alright? There are reasons for it to exist, but there are also, of course, exceptions. For example, if you use car A, doesn't mean you're a dirty driver, just people may think you are a dirty driver. So please, for the love of everything that is holy, don't take this seriously, alright? Alright, let's begin. These guys are what I like to call pub stompers. What are pub stompers, you may ask? Well, picture this. You load up into an S2 road racing lobby, raced hard against other players around you, finished maybe P2 or P4, and then you look at the leaderboard and you saw this guy driving the Brabham and you go, what the f***? This guy's been in this lobby the whole time? And I didn't even see this guy the whole race. Where has this guy been? These guys are ridiculously fast and runs off from everyone. Since the car is so damn fast, everyone is too occupied to even notice this guy running away from everyone. And then at the end of the race, you see them on the podium in P1, and then you ask that question again, and then you never see them again because they join a race, they stomp everyone, and they leave without a word or a trace. If you go to the dictionary and turn the pages to the word mid, the definition would be players using the Ferrari 360 in A-class road racing. These guys are the literal definition of mid in A-class road racing. You see these guys pretty commonly in A-class road racing lobbies and are always fighting in the mid pack, not really fighting up front. They are sometimes dirty, but not all the time, maybe try hard sometimes, but they are like the field fillers. They're there just to race and be slightly competitive, a middle ground between meta merchants and new players. Also, this is one of my favorite Ferraris in real life. I just want to point that out, that's all. Supposedly, according to this viewer, this Mustang is a B-class road menace, and they sometimes win and lose, but they are always annoying to race. I don't have much experience racing in B-class to give a definitive stereotype of this car, but I'll take those words from the Cobra. So I guess watch these guys out because they are a menace in your B-class lobby, I guess. I mean, I probably have seen these guys before, and I've seen one win, but I don't have enough experience in B-class to give a good stereotype for these guys. But I guess take the words from this viewer. Now, occasionally I do see these guys in S2 road racing lobbies, and most of the time they are pretty mid. I mean, sure, I guess on occasions they would have a chance to win, but a lot of the time they finish in the bottom half. Now, according to the same viewer, these people have multiple Ultimas for road and dirt in S2 and are pretty much bandwagoning the Ultima. They always finish bottom half of both of these race types, so I guess the stereotype is that these guys bandwagon the Ultima and are pretty mid? Yeah? I am actually genuinely surprised about the stereotype. This is by far the best A-class dirt racing car, and nowadays, people neglect these? Seriously, these past few months, I rarely see players use the Daytona, considering how godly fast it is, but I guess every player is now all on board the Bone Shaker train, so that's probably why this car is left to dust. I have tons of fun beating Bone Shaker players in this car. It's really satisfying. Y'all should try it out. Now, if you do see these guys, just follow the meta car precautions. Give them some room, watch your six, wave bye-bye to them once they overtake you. I mean, come on, y'all. Y'all know the drill about the meta car people by now. It's important to note that this car is more competitive in A-class dirt than B-class dirt, so the stereotype varies. Okay, let's be completely honest here. These guys are definitely not taking this game seriously at all. I mean, come on. Do you even expect these guys to be competitive at all? My encounters with these guys are hella funny. They are just there for the memes and they don't care. 90% of them will DNF and the rest of them will just quit. That, or maybe they overscrolled their car selection and accidentally chose one of these 3 small cars, did 1 acceleration, probably hit the wall, then quit. However, there's an exception for one car, the Trident. For some reason, there are people out there who uses this on drift lobbies and are literal gods. I don't know how they do it, but they absolutely wreck drift lobbies. Oh god, stay away from me. The Noble M600, in my opinion, I believe, is a war pig. Now, what is a war pig? In SoundSmith's Stereotype video, a war pig is based on the hat for the soldier called the war pig, and is worn by the players who tend to overestimate themselves in their skills. In Forza, the players who use the Noble M600s are good, but they would overestimate how good they are. They have the mindset that they are the fastest in the lobby and in the fastest car, but gets beaten by someone else and finish P2 or P5. Partly the reason why is that they overestimate themselves and crash into the wall. Enough said, really. Oh boy, the GTR family. I'll be going over some of the GTRs in this segment, but not all. That will be on episode 3. I'll cover more GTRs down the line. These guys are nothing special in A-class. Sure, they might be semi-competitive in the lobby, but most of the time they finish in the mid-pack. Probably one of those R32 fanboys who tries racing them and win, but inevitably fails at the end. The other stereotype could be players who uses the R32 to stand out and be different. Be that guy who doesn't use the R33 and R34. Speaking of the R33 and R34, these guys have a 50-50 chance of being consistently fast or consistently dog shit. You see these guys pretty commonly in A-class lobbies and are often fighting up in the front. They race consistently, drives pretty clean from my experience, and are often pretty respectable. Now, the other end of the spectrum are the dog shit players. These guys saw how good the experienced players are using the R33 and tries to be like them, building their own R32, but they suck and crash. A shame, really. These guys are the more try-hardy guys compared to the R33, and I would argue that these guys are war pigs. Essentially, the R33 and N34 are similarly performing cars in A-class road racing, but I notice these guys tend to be a bit more dirty, more competitive, more try-hardy than the R33 players, and sometimes they tend to do a bit too much. I mean, I guess I don't blame them because they do actually fight up front and win on occasion, so I won't go too much of that other than, man, tone down your expectations, jeez. You're not Brian from Fast and Furious. Keep doing that or you'll end up just like him in Forza. I shouldn't have said that, I apologize. So the stereotype for this GTR is pretty simple. They're pretty mid. Mostly because they underutilize this car to its potential. It's not as useless as you think. These guys are kind of like the Ferrari 360 stereotype, though less often seen because you don't see these GTRs often in S1 lobbies. But they are simply there to exist, fighting and racing in the mid to the back of the pack, left to dust, and the people driving them are probably R35 fanboys trying to prove that the R35 is a great car and try to win. Coming up with a stereotype about these guys is actually pretty hard because nobody uses these. Like, literally, nobody uses these. I've seen a few Black Editions R35s, but never this 2017 facelift one. Is it objectively worse? I mean, I don't know. I never really experimented on this. Do y'all remember the days of Forza Horizon 3 where like nearly everyone has and used this GTR? Ah, the good old days. And not anymore now, so yeah, you can come up with your own opinion on that, but from my experience, these guys just don't exist. Just like how older Forza games don't exist in the storefronts anymore. God, the things I would do to get all the DLCs for Forza Horizon 2. So there are two stereotypes that pertains to this Jeep. The first is the drift merchant. Like the AutoZam, these guys are ridiculously overpowered in drift lobbies, and the Willys, along with his all-wheel drive opponents, wreaks havoc on rear-wheel drive drifters. Pure tryhards, essentially. Now, the other stereotype is the rally Jeeps. You don't see these guys often in B-class rally race, but if you do, watch out. These guys can be pretty fast. Again, I don't race in B-class often, so take my words with a grain of salt, but these guys are generally pretty good, and they would probably stomp you. Again, take the meta precautions around them. Hey you! Yeah, you. New players of Forza. Do you want a car that can help you compete? Do you want a car that is both easy to drive and accessible because literally everyone has one? Do you want a car that is good in the acceleration department and also has a very reliable top speed?
I would, but I have the Gymkhana Focus.
What do you mean? Why is that?
Because can block.
I mean, I get it, you want to make a tribute, but the C8 Corvette is objectively a superior car and can be competitive in S1 lobbies for all types of racing.
Yeah, but it's not what Ken Block drives.
But you made the choice to race online against other people who are in way better cars than that. Surely it's better to choose the C8 Corvette, right?
Yeah, but I'm doing this for Ken Block.
These guys are genuinely pretty new, and I see them often in S1 road racing lobbies. Now, because the Focus has an abysmal top speed since it's a Gymkhana car, they would always DNF or leave early. There are clearly superior options in their disposal, like the Pagani Zonda Cinque and the CA Corvette, but they chose a Gymkhana 10 Focus just so they could race, knowing they have the spirit of Ken Block on board. We all miss you, Kenny boy. These guys are literally f***ing possessed by RNG. They are so unpredictable to deal with being around them, and they're like freaking wild animals. These guys can be fast, but you just don't anticipate what their next action would be. Will they ram you, race clean, spin out, bump you, bump everybody else out of your way so you can take advantage and go up to P1? You just don't know what they will do until they do it. Stay out of their way. And not out of their way because they are dirty. They are not. Stay out of their way because they are literally the final boss, because they can challenge the Viper AE on track. Seriously, y'all, these guys are some of the fastest and scariest people to race against because they are incredibly skilled in an incredibly fast car, and I guess I could consider it a meta, but seriously, these people challenges, races, and fight against the Viper Anniversary Edition people, so that is saying something, alright. You know that setback in Top Gear where the Steak, aka Michael f***ing Schumacher, did a hot lap of the FXX? These guys are the embodiment of that. They are so fast, man. So there are two stereotypes that pertain to this car. Interestingly enough, the first one is pretty simple. You are that type of guy who would go onto voice chat if Forza Horizon 5 had a voice chat, saying to everyone, hey guys, look, I'm not using the Viper Anniversary Edition, so I'm not a douchebag meta using son of a gun. Please, I'm not the asshole like the Anniversary Edition Viper guys. Please, don't talk shit to me, please. I'm not that guy. You get the point. But at the end of the day, these guys are basically discounted Viper Anniversary Editions. They race similarly to the Anniversary Edition Viper players, but they always finish below them. Now, the other stereotypes are players who couldn't be bothered to complete the Horizon origin story and decided to use the ACR as a crutch to at least be faster than everyone else when the lobby doesn't have an Anniversary Edition Viper. I mean, I don't know why these players don't play the Horizon origin story. It's pretty fun and nostalgic to me, so if you haven't done it yet, what the f are you waiting for? Go play that now. For some odd reason, these guys are like really fast and scary to race against, but they are always runners-up. They can't win for shit, but they always finish P2 behind someone who are faster than them. I don't know why though. Skills maybe?
Now, Harvick, he'll keep pushing him, and he'll get over here to the travel, trying to make the slingshot on him.
As soon as he knows that he doesn't have to worry about that third-place car of Montoya, he probably will try to make a move, although I don't know if it'll do him any good or not.
Last chance through the trioval.
Here he comes!
Here they come!
Harvick! It's Harvick! He got him! He timed it perfect!
He got him!
So you know how in my last stereotype video I mentioned the Mercedes race truck stereotype and how it's used by the people who are sick and tired of players as bullshit? Well, the Unimog is the opposite. These guys know they are a behemoth of a sloth in the race, and they do not give a single shit about you or their surroundings. Trying to go down the inside, you'll get pushed by him. Go around the outside, you get punted by him. Try to get a checkpoint, he will squeeze you so you'll miss it. You can't do anything to these dudes because your cars weigh like 2,500 to 3,000 pounds, while he weighs freaking 14,000 pounds. The fuck is wrong with you people, honestly?
Easy top 3. If I'm not 16th!
These guys are some of the biggest assholes you will ever encounter in road racing. They don't even make an attempt to hide the fact they will run you off the road, and they do not give a shit about you or the people around you. They are pretty fast, but instead of spending their skill points on being a good driver, they race by brute force via bumper cars. They are like freaking playing ping pong, man.
Honestly, what are we doing? Racing or ping pong?
well, that's gonna do it for episode 2. Now, if I hadn't gone over your cars, I apologize. I can only do so much in one video, but do not worry, part 3 is definitely gonna happen. So if you have a stereotype, leave a comment down below and you could be included in part 3. Anyways, that's it from me. If you do enjoy these kinds of contents, make sure you like and also subscribe to the channel. That will help me tremendously. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for dropping by, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, see ya.